Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure you are subscribed. Also, come follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. So today, I want to share some favourites. I'm going to be doing monthly favourites again. So with my end of month favourites, I like to kind of break it into categories. So the product that's made the best first impression, a product I've been non-stop using throughout the month, a product that has now reached iconic status for me, one that I really can't live without, a product that I like but needs a bit more time, and then a wishlist item. So let's start off with the product that has made the best first impression, and that is going to be the Goodbye Redness Centella Gel. This is by Benton. Benton is a brand that I've only really started using in the last like 3 months. I don't know why, I feel like they're like a K-beauty introductory brand, like CosRX, I don't know why. But this is basically a Centella gel that's meant to help reduce redness on your skin, and I think it basically does this by helping to repair your skin barrier, soothe any irritation. And I've been using this in like the essence stage. I think it kind of tells you to use it in the essence stage, but it's got such a nice cooling gel texture to it, and I really do think it's been helping with my redness, and I think that's really down to it helping strengthen my skin back up so my skin's less irritated by other products. So I don't think I'm putting this on it's magically disappearing redness, you know. It's just helping repair my skin and strengthen my skin, thus leading to less redness and irritation. But I really like it. I've only been using it for a couple of weeks, but so far it seems to be doing the job, and I think it's more the cooling feeling of it as well, with a little bit of rosacea I have on my cheeks, but this does kind of cool it down. So any kind of flare-ups I get, any like flushing I get, this is a really good one to just kind of like settle my skin back down. This does have tea tree in, but you can't smell it, you can barely feel it. I feel like when you put tea tree on your skin you can feel it, which possibly isn't a very good sign, probably why I haven't used it for so long. So yeah, it's free from artificial fragrance, alcohols, and what they refer to as hazardous ingredients. It really does just feel like an aloe vera gel, that kind of texture going over your skin. It's got something in it called fish mint, and I honestly can't find anything about fish mint. Yeah, when my skin's feeling like flushy and red, this is just a really nice one to use. I'm using this twice a day, in the morning on damp skin and in the evening again on damp skin. I really love it in the essence stage. Let's talk about the product I've been non-stop using this month, and it isn't just this month, it's actually the last couple of months. That is the Paula's Choice 10% Azelaic Acid Booster with licorice and salicylic acid. So I don't know if I mentioned so many times, but I've got mild rosacea now. That's all 2019 has given me, rosacea. So I was just kind of like Googling what's good for rosacea, because I don't know, I've never had it before. Well, I have, it's been like underlining, but it's never really flared up. And azelaic acid was by far the one thing that popped up all the time. Azelaic acid has been known to kind of like, to put it very simply, target the problem areas. It's anti-inflammatory as well. So all those kind of like little pustules, I hate that word, that you get under your skin with rosacea, this targets those areas. Now I got the, what is it? The Ordinary, their azelaic acid, and it was horrible, like really horrible. It did such a great job, but it was a horrible texture on the skin. I just couldn't use it. I couldn't handle it anymore. So everyone, I posted about on Instagram, and everyone recommended the Paula's Choice one. I previously used their niacinamide booster, which I wasn't massively impressed with. So I was a little bit hesitant about getting this because it's a little bit pricey, but this is incredible. My redness has gone down within a couple of weeks. Before, I was only using this maybe once every other day when I first started using it. I'm not really sure why. Now I'm using it twice a day, and within a couple of weeks my redness has just calmed down completely, and I really do put it down to this. Obviously you have licorice in there, which helps with evening out your skin tone and moisture, I believe, as well, and salicylic acid. This is a booster, so you're meant to kind of mix it in with things. I don't know how I feel about the effectiveness of adding product to another product and mixing it together and hoping I get a good coverage of that product, if that makes sense. So I've just been using this on my skin in the serum stage, and it's really been helping twice a day. I love this. This has really gotten me into experimenting with more Paula's Choice products. This also is very good with like keeping spots at bay as well. I really like it. I believe azelaic acid is naturally within our skin. I believe it's like a yeast or something. So yeah, it's good to give your skin like a little bit of help by putting more azelaic acid on it. That's not how things work. Let's talk about the product that has reached iconic status within my regimes, a product that I cannot live without, and a product that's joining the likes of the Ordinary's Niacinamide, the CosRx White Mela 14 Ampoule, and the Neogen Real Ferment Micro Essence. This is KRAVE Beauty's Great Barrier Relief. This is weird, this is a serum, but I kind of use it as like a pre-moisturizer, which is a serum basically, but it's a little bit thicker and a little bit more oily than your average serum. I've used this like a lot. This is my second bottle, but I feel like I've never really talked about it. I feel like I did that one KRAVE brand review one time, and then not really talked about this since, but for me this is really just a winter product, and that is down to the fact that once it hits winter, for me, my skin barrier goes to shit, and I don't know why. I've been prepping for it this year, I've been making sure I've been doing the right thing, caring for my skin barrier, but for some reason it's just like, it's winter, I'm gonna fuck you over. So I always go for GBR. This has tamanu oil in, ceramides, cholesterol. It's got all those good things in it there to help repair your skin barrier. I've gotten used to the smell. I know I said in the KRAVE brand review that this smells like celery, and it still does, but I've gotten used to it now. And I think that's the tamanu oil. It has a very, what's the word? It's got a very particular smell. This is my go-to when I've over-exfoliated. I bought the Paula's Choice BHA and I use it every day, and I don't know why. I know it's only like 2% or something, but I know not to use a chemical exfoliator every day, even if it tells you to use one every day. On my skin, it just makes it red raw, and I think that was obviously part of the reason why my skin barrier is the way it is at the moment. So yeah, I've stopped chemical exfoliating. I haven't done it for a few weeks now, and I feel like you kind of need to do that to let your skin just like repair itself. So again, yeah, this every day and night I've been using this, and it's been helping out so much. 3 pumps. Let's talk about the product that needs a little bit more time. So this is a product I like, but I need a bit longer to see its true results. That is another Paula's Choice product. This is the Paula's Choice Clinical 1% Retinol Treatment with peptides and vitamin C. I posted on my Instagram that I need to start getting into retinol. I know retinol is a thing. I know it's a good thing to use. I know we should all be using it after a certain age, I guess. But for some reason, it's always intimidated me a bit. And I feel like it's one of those products that you really have to dedicate to for quite a few months before, of course, you start seeing results. But you can also have a lot of false starts with retinols. You know, like a lot of like, oh, this isn't working. So you ditch it, then you try another one. And then I like to use a lot of active. So I'm like, where am I going to fit this in my routine? But it's actually really, really simple. I like just needed to calm down. Also in one of my routine videos, who I considered like the queen of retinol, Susan Yara, commented that this routine is good, but it's missing a retinol. And I was like, oh, and Susan looks about 25 years old. So I thought I better start using a retinol. And this is by far, when I asked on Instagram, the most suggested, recommended. It was expensive though. I was like, oh, but I feel like it's good. I was using the Ordinary's retinol and squalene. I think I was using the 1% as well. And it was just drying me out so much, and I know it's supposed to, and I know it's kind of something you have to deal with when it comes to retinol. So when I got the Paula's Choice 1%, I was a bit like, was that a mistake? Should I have got like a lower percentage? But this hasn't been drying me out at all. It's really non-irritating. It says here our products are non-irritating, fragrance-free, and never animal tested, which is good. But it's really, really non-irritating. Like my skin wasn't dry when I woke up in the morning. The instructions do say to limit your usage to 3 times a week. So I've been doing that for about 3 weeks now. I have stopped using it in the past week because of my skin barrier, but hopefully next week I can get back on it. It says to apply a pea-size amount, but I've literally just been going like everywhere, maybe overusing it. But my skin doesn't seem to react to it at all. So I'm not really, a lot of you have been asking for a retinol video. I have to be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about at all when it comes to retinol, retinoids. I need to do my homework on that a little bit more. I feel like in America, you can get a lot more like better over-the-counter stuff, and in Europe and the UK we may be a little bit more limited. I don't know, let me know. But yeah, I love this. I just need like a few more months to know if it's really, really doing me any favors. And I'm glad it's got vitamin C in there, because again, vitamin C is something I want to use all the time. I barely ever do now though. So I'm glad that I'm getting a dose at least of it in here. Now, my wish list product, the product that I do want to try, is the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser. I've literally just done a video saying how I'll probably never talk about it, but the amount of comments I got specifically about the CeraVe Hydrating Face Wash was insane. If you go through the comments, people are like, I swear by it, it's one of the best face washes I've ever used. Some people are like, it's crap, but the vast majority loved it. So yeah, obviously with every like brands I'll never review video, I'm always like, tell me one product from the brand that you think I should get. And loads of people said the hydrating cleanser. I've tried the moisturizers before. They've always been a little bit too heavy for my skin. As someone with oily skin, I've never quite found one that fits right with me. They've always just been like a touch too greasy, especially the ones with sun like SPF in. They've never set right on my skin. My only problem is the question of their cruelty-free status. L'Oreal, of course, owns CeraVe now. If you Google, is CeraVe cruelty-free? The answer is no, and that's down to the fact they sell in mainland China. The law's changing when it comes to that. So whilst that's up in the air, I'd rather not purchase brands that are selling in mainland China. 2020, as I mentioned, the law is going to change, so we'll see then. And now a public apology. Regarding CeraVe. If you watched my previous video, brands I'll never review, you would have known that CeraVe was the first on that list. And that is because I don't enjoy using their products. They're a bit too pharmaceutical for me, and the packaging is boring. And I know the packaging has nothing to do with the quality of the product or how it affects your skin. I upset a lot of people. A lot of people took it very personally, like they actually invented CeraVe. But I thought I stressed enough that CeraVe is not on the list because it's bad. It's an excellent brand, and I always recommend it to people with damaged skin. People with eczema, it's ideal for. As I mentioned, I've used CeraVe before to help heal my skin. I didn't like it because the moisturizers don't work for me, etc, etc. They just a bit too, with my oily skin, they just don't work. A lot of people got angry because I said that I don't like the packaging, and they were like, packaging isn't everything when it comes to skincare. And I was like, I know, and that's why I kept stressing how amazing the products are. I do, however, think that good packaging doesn't equal a bad product. A lot of people are like, oh, that's because you're falling into like the marketing hype. No, like sometimes good packaging is just part of the package, and that doesn't necessarily mean that good products have to be in crap packaging like CeraVe. The Ordinary have amazing products, amazing ingredients, very, very simple and very affordable, and their packaging, their bottles, everything is insanely nice, classy and modern, you know? But yes, I'm here to apologize if I personally affected you in any way. Sorry. I'm sorry. But to put the record straight, CeraVe, an amazing brand. If you're struggling with your skin, if you're finding your skin is irritated, if you've been using too much of the wrong thing, CeraVe is going to help put your skin back into shape. And I, as I mentioned, I always recommend it to people, and I recommend it to you as well. So there is a helpline if you have been affected by my CeraVe mention. Sorry. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Tell me what you've been enjoying this month in the comments section down below. But that is it from me now, guys. I will see you next time.